What's up, everybody?
What's good?
What is good? What is running?
What is running?
What are we here? What are we doing?
I don't know, with this amazingly homemade coffee, as we try to run down our Starbucks budget, has been awesome.
Yeah, fuck Starbucks. I'm a big proponent of just do it at home. You know,
This
do it at
is
home.
Starbucks bad coffee though.
Yep. Okay. You do what you need to do. Welcome back to the Runners Club podcast. I am what Ian calls your illustrious guest, Courtney Phillips.
You're not a guest, you're a co-host.
Yeah, co-host. Good morning. And that's Ian Gonzalez.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah, and if you are watching our YouTube channel, kudos to you because you saw that wave that he gave and his coffee visual. And I have some visuals for y'all today too, because I have some products that I want to talk about, and I'm going to be showing them on the screen. So if you're watching, great. If you're not, I'm sorry, you're going to have to use your imagination.
Yeah. Pull us up on your smart TV at the crib. Put us on a big screen. If you at work, you know what I'm saying? Like put a little box in your upper right corner, you feel me? So you can see the magic that is today.
See what we talking about. We also have a guest today, and it's a return guest, and we're very excited to have him on. So we're just going to get right into it and keep this thing rolling. So we will be right back.
How do I sound?
You sound great.
Okay, my bad.
Sound beautiful, bro.
All right, cool.
Check 1 2. It's Mike Brown in the building.
Yo, what's up, y'all?
I think you've been on the podcast more than anybody.
No, this is literally the second time.
No, it's not.
Cool.
It's like the third or fourth.
Oh, yeah. Right, because the New York Marathon review with Crystal, which was also like, I've gotten so many DMs that have like just said that was a really helpful episode, you know, because
Crystal put on.
No, I appreciate you guys having me on. I had some people come up to me and say, like, we really appreciate your guys' thoughts on it because, you know, they thought that they were the only person that kind of felt that same way. So it really validated, like, oh, I wasn't the only one, you know? Right. So, I appreciate y'all giving us the platform to go ahead and express those things.
Yeah. You know what? We also got to bring Crystal back on at some point because I think she's like a Garmin ambassador. We need to find like
she sure
competitor, a competitive ambassador, like Koros ambassador, and just get them in a room so they can just talk,
battle it out.
You know
I think that would probably
the better
be
watch.
Christian. Christian really rocks with Koros.
He does rock with Koros hard. Yeah, you guys get them in there and duke it out, and then maybe bring me in. I can talk about the Apple Watch.
Period. You know what? And this is why you're here, Mike, because you are like a gear nerd.
I am. Yeah, I am. I would
but specifically about Apple.
Yes, I would take that title. The cool thing is like I like to fuse my my passion, I guess, with running and my passion with tech, and I kind of bring it together. And because they kind of correlate, they help each other, right? Well, the tech will help the running. I don't know how much running helps tech, but any opportunity I can kind of fuse those worlds together, I'm all in it. So I like trying new things. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. I go back to what does work. But yeah, I'll take that title as gearhead.
I like that better, gearhead versus gear nerd. I like it.
Either one.
I know Courtney was a bully in high school. That's why.
I was not. I was just with the cute girls. You know what I mean? In the corner.
You probably just didn't know it.
With the fish.
That's what it is.
You know what I mean? What?
You probably just didn't know you were.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're like you nerd. You know all these things, you freaking nerd. But no. I love it, man. How you feeling? How's running been?
I'm good, bro. I know we've had some side conversations and stuff like that. And I feel like I hit a little bit of a slump like we always do, right? I've even talked to Court about this on the side too, right? It's like, you go you go through this like consistency in and out, putting in the miles and stuff like that. And I mean, it's just like human nature that you get to a point where you kind of burnt out. You got other things going on in life. You got other goals you're trying to attain. You got relationships you need to manage and stuff like that. And sometimes stuff can fall off. I definitely feel like I hit a road bump, as I've done it before, right? But it's acknowledging that and then reshifting your focus to, go at the things that you're trying to get done. So I feel like I've definitely have done that in the last couple of, I would say, months or so. And I would say that a good testament of that, or the reason why is the training aspect for the LA Marathon coming up.
Right.
I am big in the, what do you want to call it? In the training for races and stuff like that versus a race, right? I actually like the process of, going through a plan and seeing it out and then getting the results. I apply this to a lot of the things that I do in life. I apply that to work, all of that stuff, right? So the race is the celebration.
Right.
What I enjoy is being able to go ahead and be like, oh man, I ran 30, 40, 50 plus miles this week. Oh, that's dope. Okay, cool. I know this is going to pay off for the race. So to answer your question simply, I'm in a good space. And I'm enjoying my training cycle right now.
It's also like that training cycle, to your point, it's like that is where you're getting all of the benefits of running. The weekly miles that you're putting in, that's contributing to your actual health. It's not the race, to your point. That's the celebration of all of that, but that's not necessarily where you're getting the benefits.
Exactly.
So if you say your training cycle, what are you training for right now?
Right now I'm training specifically for the LA Marathon. So that's going to be out, in Courtney's new neck of the woods. You know what I'm saying?
When is that?
March
that one is
19th.
March 19th?
Yeah.
March.
It's the week before the Speed Project. We've had this conversation.
So I don't know if I can come down there that early, but I'll be down there on the 22nd to grab the RV.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I say that to say, I say that to say that I might not be able to afford that extra day in hotel. So that RV might just be parked in front of Courtney's crib.
Oh yeah, you can pull up. There's always spaces on my block.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
That'd be dope. That's some dope content to capture too as well.
Yeah. The thing is, Ian, how many times did I say, y'all should come early? You could stay at my house. So the fact that this is clicking right now is cracking me up. Because I've told you this so many times.
Listen, you got to tell me at least one more time.
Well, and I'm trying to get, and the thing is if I feel like it, depending on what Mike and Ashley are doing, and because, well, I'm going to just talk about you, because there's going to be a surprise runner that joins us, and that's going to be great. But I was like, if we're up to it, depending how the vibe is, we might just try to meet you guys in Vegas for that weekend right after. So either way, I'm trying to link. I mean, I could easily do that, but because it's like what is that, 4 hours from LA? I don't know. But either way, like I'm trying to see the Speed Project and at least be at the finish line and like party with you guys.
Yeah. I mean, listen,
I'm trying to celebrate.
I mean, it might be a spot on the RV, for crewing. I think we got all our runners.
I could crew. I could definitely ride. Definitely ride. You know what I mean? And if something, God forbid, if something were to happen to one of the runners, I could definitely sub in because I'll be marathon trained.
We'll see.
You're like, I'm good, actually.
No.
That's that. We'll see. I need you to sit down and hand us the snacks.
It's rules. It's rules and regulations. So you only people that can come are people who are like literally participating. So either you are signed up to, so you cannot run if you're not pre-registered to run.
It's funny because it's an unsanctioned race, but they want to put rules where they want to put rules.
Yeah. So like you can't do that and stuff like that. But we might have a spot for crew. I hope Aaron doesn't listen to this podcast because actually Aaron is
he's gonna be like, shut.
Yeah, Aaron is like Aaron is owning the Speed Project. Like this is his thing and stuff like that. I just meddle where I can. And so like, yeah, like, but you know me, I'm like, fuck it, nigga. Like everybody pop up. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
got a
You can
band, we got an
come. You
RV.
can
Like,
come.
let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
At the
want y'all
very
there.
least, I'm
I want
popping
y'all
up
there
at the finish
at the
line.
start,
Right.
at the finish line, making that shit happen and stuff like that, because it's going to be fun. I want to see if I can. I don't know. I want to see if I can swing coming to cheer y'all on at the LA Marathon and then just stand down there.
I'm saying.
Make it
I
shake,
look
bro.
these
Make it
flights.
happen. Yeah, look it up. I've been looking at flights this week, and Southwest actually has a deal. You know, they're trying to save their ass right now, because of what went on during the holiday. So, they were looking pretty decent trip wise. So yeah,
I was looking at Spirit on the 22nd for like $67 on Hopper. So I was like,
Spirit,
baby, we taking the Airbus, baby.
Yeah.
Exactly. People be like tripping about Spirit. I'll be like, I do not care. I'll be knocked out on the
Just
plane.
get me from A to
Just
B,
let me know when we
please.
land.
I don't need nothing. I don't need no water. I don't need no chips. My bag can sit in my lap.
All I need is a backpack.
All I need is me and my bag. Like, let's go. I don't need
I mean,
none of
that
them
bag
extra
probably
pieces.
gonna have your gear in it anyway.
Right. You don't want to put that in checked anyways, but
I might actually
somebody's checking a bag.
I might
That's
just box my bag up and send it to Courtney's house.
That's a thought.
You can do that.
That is a thought. You could
Real
do that.
quick.
Y'all, honestly, you guys could send, because like when we did HTC, I had a whole one half of my suitcase was just like biofreeze, lights, reflective gear, all the stuff, you know. And I'm like, yeah, if you guys want to box it up and send it to my house, please do. Because then, I mean, if we could prevent any lost luggage, I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
Yeah, make it much
Love
more
that.
easier, manageable for sure.
Yeah. So I have a couple thoughts, and I mean, this is, you know, we keep it relaxed, we keep it casual. And so it's kind of like, we could take it this way or that way. I mean, obviously I still want to know about the LA run, like training for you, Mike. So maybe we could just continue with that, because like we have two different experiences for this training season, because I'm in LA getting the proper LA marathon experience in the city. I'm running with Girl Gang Crazy. They're really dope. I'm having these like, I just, the vibes, hanging out with the ladies, you know what I mean? Working out. Yesterday we had strength thing. I was like, this is it. This is it. Like, I just love being around other women. It's just great. I'm like, I've never, what?
About your tribe out there.
Yeah, like, I mean, and it's like I was telling Ian before, like I've always been doing running in a co-ed setting. And so to be just around women, I'm like, this is really, I'm comfortable in a different way. And I'm gonna still dabble and join other run clubs in the city for a run or two here and there. But I think, you know, with Girl Gang Crazy, I'm just like, every time I come back, I'm like, yeah, this is a vibe. And also getting to know the city. The hills are killing me still. Like, I'm not there yet. I also, like, since I was sick literally 4 weeks ago for 2 weeks, I'm realizing my lungs have not come back fully. I'm still like coughing. It's not like a 6, like even this. It's like, this is not.
There you go.
Stop
it. There it is.
Like, I have right there it is right there. And so it's like, and so it's like, after I can get through a run, I can get through track, but then after that's finished, I'm like kind of just like coughing things up, and it's like, I would say that my lungs are still recovering. And I think that's affecting my legs, because I'm assuming it affects the oxygen that's going into my muscles, et cetera, and all that stuff. Obviously,
you said you had COVID, right?
No, I had COVID a long time ago, but I literally
you just got sick though.
Yeah. And when I even went to urgent care, because I was just like, what is this? You know?
Yeah.
And they tested me for strep, mono, COVID, the flu, motherfucking I don't even know, variety of things. I'm dead ass. Nothing. Everything was negative. They're like, oh, so you just have a bad cold.
Go. We got that new shit. It's like this like the November before the shutdown.
Oh, right.
Well, nobody knew what was going on.
And the thing is there's been people getting sick all over, like whatever. But the doctor said that because of COVID, colds are bad or more worse than they used to be. Like the way that they affect people's body is worse. So like I lost my voice, I was out for the count. Like you couldn't, so that anyways, that's how my training's going. It's been on and off, travel, whatever. But then every time, so because me, Mike, and Picasso, shout out to Picasso, have a little group chat and we call it the nines. Okay.
The nines.
Yeah.
The nines.
That's
so lame. Why is it called the nines?
The nine. It's for another story. That's another story. Okay.
That's a whole other story.
Yeah. It's all about numerology and shit.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
I would let you guess who came up with all of that.
Yeah. Why don't you guess?
Courtney.
No, Picasso's ass.
Picasso?
He's the one that nigga's always into that type of shit.
I didn't guess that. I didn't guess that. I knew he was into like zodiac signs and shit because we've had conversations. I'm not gonna say that, but we've had conversations. But
we need to have him back on.
I didn't know the numerology, but I can see it. I can see it now that you said it.
Yeah. He's a thoughtful dude, he's introspective.
Definitely. Sometimes he says some stuff. I'm like, bro, where did you come up with that? Like,
who's the character on Atlanta?
He's definitely Lakeith.
He's Lakeith Stanfield. Okay,
he looked like him too.
Daryl, this is his name.
Yeah, he looks just like him too. So this is doppelganger.
And it's not
Court, like,
yeah.
No, I was just going to say, like, just speaking on what you were talking about, like getting sick. I'm curious. I don't know if anybody has done a study on this. There may be some reports on this. I would like to see how performance in cardio-based like sports and stuff like that has changed since COVID was introduced.
Or how COVID has affected that?
Yeah, because
Woop.
You know what I mean? Like
Woop dropped reports.
Woop
really did that.
Yeah, they dropped reports from the whole pandemic situation. I did not read any of it. I just know that they dropped reports.
Ian said, I read the titles. Okay,
yeah,
the headlines.
I know what they was talking about. I just don't know what they said.
I would be interested to see what that data shows because, to your point, Court, like you didn't even have COVID, like you were just sick, right?
Yeah.
So it's like I wonder if this is affecting people's performance, just because there's so many different things out there now, right? There's definitely been times in my training cycle, or just in running in general, where I'd be like, something feels off. I don't necessarily feel like I am sick to the point where I can't run. I can definitely push through this, but I know, my body with as many training cycles that I've gone, that this isn't normal, right? This is, you know what I mean? This is something that is different that I've never dealt with before. And then maybe like the next week, everything is back to normal. Everything is fine. So I would be curious to see if there is a correlation. I mean, common sense would say that there definitely is a correlation there, but I would like to see some data that kind of supports that. And, Court, me and you talked about this, and me and Ian talked about this before too, is that when you go through something like that, right? This was 4 weeks ago, but one of the lasting effects of that is the mental aspect of it, right? Because you're still, like you said, you're kind of like worried about like your legs or calves or stuff like that, and in your training cycle, so you're kind of like doubting your performance now. When it's like you've recovered since then before, but the mental, it takes just as long for the mental part to be recovered as well. So I always like kind of struggle with that. What's the remedy of that is, and really honestly, it's just consistency. It's just like kind of like blocking out that doubt and just like kind of just rolling through it.
Yeah.
But also understanding the difference between like efforts. You know what I'm saying? Like, like just giving yourself that grace and just knowing like, okay, this is a hard effort. Maybe the pace is different. Maybe it don't feel the same as it did then, but it's still a hard effort. And I'm out here and I'm moving and there's light at the end of the tunnel. This is not a forever state that you're in. It's very temporary and you'll get through it. But just keeping going out there, keep moving, keeping your body going. So when you do come out of this, you're not starting behind the 8 ball, you're still in front of it. You feel me?
Yeah. Well, and that makes me
100%.
think about heart rate too. I've been thinking like because I'm in a recovery state and training, I'm trying to stay in an aerobic zone instead of threshold, but I'm finding that I'm like getting into my threshold zone a lot.
Yeah.
And
Gotta run
so
slower.
right, I need to run
Heart rate
slower,
Well,
but you know how slow that is for it's literally
is
like
hard.
I'm basically running a 12-minute mile to bring down my heart rate. Like,
oh,
and that is,
oh,
I know that for some people that is like a normal thing, but for me, that's not. And
it's excruciating.
it's excruciating. I'm like, bruh, I can't. And then it's like, I show up to like when I was at Good Vibes last week, I was like, bruh, I can't breathe. My legs feel like cement. Like I cannot keep up. I was in the back of the back of the back.
Mhm.
And then I had to turn around and now I had a 10-mile run. I burnt out the first 5 miles because I was trying to keep up with everybody. And I'm like, it's a sense of embarrassment for me. And I don't even mean that like this is all about me, y'all. I'm not trying to compare to
Yeah.
anybody else. It's just
Yeah.
literally like I feel not myself. I feel like I can't
Yeah.
show up the same way. And so it's kind of just like,
Mhm.
God, like what the fuck? Is
No,
this gonna
that's real.
No,
change?
it's definitely challenging, especially heart. I mean, heart rate training is very frustrating and hard at the first start of it, right? Because to your point, right, when you're listening to your heart rate or whatever, and you're trying to stay in that specific zone, you are going to be running like a slower pace or a pace that you normally wouldn't run if you just went on a given day. And when you try to stay true to that, I mean, like when you first start, like you said, it's just those slower paces. Like when I was dibbling and dabbling in it, it gets to the point where if people were looking at like your training and stuff like that, people think that you're hurt, right? I had
Yeah.
people literally like reaching out to me, like, "Are you good? Like, why are you doing this?" Right? But I would say that once you get through that, the benefits are definitely there.
I feel good
And
when
it's
I'm on
really,
Strava and I see your times and I'll be like, yeah, Mike. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Because you also said
yeah,
that you're gonna run LA with me, which obviously you can change your mind at any time. Like you don't have to be
I
my
know
running partner.
for sure.
See, Ian is just discovering that Strava is a social,
Media.
you know what I mean, platform. And so
What you
he's
mean?
now
So I'm
he's
like, do I follow you on
yeah,
Strava?
why
Like,
don't you go ahead and find Mike, find me, you know, maybe even follow Gumbo Fit while you're at it. I don't know.
I am actually in the
You're
Gumbo Fit Club situation.
okay,
Yeah, that's what I
cool.
thought.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure because but
But
I'm
yeah,
trying to I think there is a sense of refreshment or it is refreshing, I should say, to see people post slower mileage, slower times per miles because I think like yeah, I mean it's like cuz I follow Casey, you know, Cam. We need to have his
yes.
ass on one of these days because
No,
his
y'all
ass is like
definitely need to get
slow
Cam on.
day, just kind of went by the
Yeah,
vibes, but and then he's like 7:30 mile. I'm just like,
right.
dude.
And it's like understanding that all of that stuff is relative, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, and it's also like trying to make sure that you put in your head to be like, okay, like for instance, like I do a similar kind of like for my easy day runs and stuff like that. I stay within a certain threshold, right? I have my watch program where I don't even see what the pace is. I just see the zone. As long as I'm in that zone, I'm good. I don't care what the results are. I don't care what nobody thinks about it. Like I'm good, right? But to be completely honest, it took me a while to get to the point where I did accept that at first. Because a few times it will come out and it'll be like a pace, and I'm like, yeah, I don't know if I want to share this, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah.
you
That
know what
runner
I mean?
shame.
Yeah, exactly. You know, but it's like I think we kind of get ourselves out of our head for that because we're doing that for a purpose, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if you know what I'm saying, like for instance, like last week, I had those paces where I'm like, okay, they're slow or whatever, but it paid off. It paid off in my long run, right? I did my long
Mm.
run, and I was able to perform at a long run pace that I haven't been able to do in a long time, right? But it was because I took it slower in those other ones, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a testament of, it's like a mini kind of like case of showing that, oh yeah, you might be doing these easy efforts or whatever 80% of the time during the week or whatever to pay off for that 120% of your training where you are running a little bit faster. It's the same thing for the race. You're not going to be running race like pace the whole entire training and stuff like that. You definitely want to simulate it, but the whole point of it is that with those easier efforts and stuff like that, combined with your speed effort and stuff like that, it comes together, and then the results show on race day. So, it took me some time to get to that point, but Court, I get to your point. It is nice to see that somebody else is doing it with you too. So it's not like, it doesn't feel like you're just like at you're not performing the way you want to perform. The results are going to come out in the end.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I think to this point, I almost am like, because like we want to call it sexy pace all the time, or almost like we call that pace, like we name it something to make it kind of like
give it some appeal. You know what I'm saying?
Give it some appeal, but I would say that it downgrades the value of it. It's kind of like, oh, I'm 100%. Doing sexy pace today. It's like, well, or are you actually building your aerobic base, which is actually really beneficial towards like your speed and your longevity as a runner, like that type of stuff. It's like, I wish maybe it would be taken a little bit more seriously, even conversation pace. It's like, if I say, because I don't say sexy pace, I say conversation pace. That's just like a Gumbo Fit tagline at this point. But like, even with that, it's just like, why maybe it's worth being a little bit more direct on, not just kind of like being like, that pace is for when you're just like hanging out with your, like when you're not taking your run seriously, versus like, no, if you are a serious runner, you run slower.
Yeah. And I think that could, if you're explaining that to people, right? Because to your point, like what me and you're saying, like it makes it appealing, it makes it inviting to, all runners to come in and do conversation pace or sexy pace. But I think it could also be liberating if you're explaining to all of those individuals that like, not only is this going to be inviting, so it like, kind of casts a net for everybody, you also are getting benefits from this as well. That's going to improve your running overall. I think that that's just as important as just making sure that everybody just feels like they're included as well.
Yeah. But look, Courtney is like, Strava is a social media network. Okay, like
I make it that way.
This is right. These are how it's supposed to run. Like, I didn't even know you could do videos.
Yeah, I think that's a new feature.
I didn't even know you could do videos. Look, she have a little good old time. Look at this. Like this is a family photo. Wait, hold on. Here goes my favorite. My favorite coming up. This is just pure joy. Hold on. This is my favorite one. Wait, where is it? Oh, okay, bam. Just look at this. Just black girl just enjoying herself.
I bet Picasso or Mike took that photo.
Yeah, one of us took the
because we were in Las Vegas.
Yeah. But Strava needs that. As and I have a question, since this overall kind of conversation is about training in gear.
See? That was such a vibe. That was before we went to the music festival.
Exactly.
Wow. Memories.
Yeah, that was dope. But it's like Strava needs that though. They need that interaction. It brings the community aspect of it. It brings the dopeness of it to the platform.
I turn my notifications on for y'all.
Period.
Bet, bro. Yeah, give me some kudos or whatever they call it.
Yeah, see, Mike.
Yeah.
Strava
is my choice. Yeah,
you won't see none of that on IG for Mike. You won't see none of that on IG.
My only social media network right now is Strava.
Oh, yo. I gotta start. I gotta level up my Strava. My Strava suck. My shit just say morning run, but every run, every day.
Nah, bro, you gotta edit it. We need some detail.
I put a whole description on my last long run. Yeah. I was like, bro, I don't know. I mean, it is what it is. I feel like it's fun because it's like, I honestly should probably share my Strava account on Instagram.
Instagram or something like that. Yeah,
because people don't really know I be on like that on there. Like
these are super old pics, but there was like
that's a vibe.
Points. There was some points where I was like,
and you got videos now, so you can literally put the like your little reel. You could put that in there.
Yeah,
nah.
Yeah, we need all that.
It's about to get down. This is my favorite.
That's a good one.
There you
go. That's a great one.
That's a great one. Yeah.
So much emotion in that picture.
Strava is where it's at. I feel like, and the thing is, you know.
No, if I keep scrolling, it starts becoming an OnlyFans account.
Oh, no shirt. Ian giving body. I can see it now.
Let me. I actually have a question. I got a question. As we're talking about training,
shirt, no shirt, yeah, no shirt, never.
We're definitely doing no shirt. 2023. As we're talking about like training, listening to our body and stuff like that, gear in general, Ian, with the Woop, have you noticed, a change with listening to the data that it provides you as far as like, you should take it easy this day, or you can push a little harder and stuff like that? Have you seen a benefit when it comes to that?
So, I want to preempt my answer with that by saying that for this year, for 365 days, I'm going to train based on my Woop data, based on what my recovery is that morning. So I'll have speed workouts planned. I'll have, easy runs planned and stuff like that. But I'll do those sometimes on different days based on what this tells me I'm capable of doing and stuff like that. Okay. Now in the past, I have realized that certain workouts, I'll take speed workouts because for me, that's the most exaggerated that I'm in. Like I'm going as hard as I can. I'm pushing it. Some of those I'm able to complete with ease or in a really good space. And some of them I'm just like trudging through it. Like I'm dragging through it. Right.
For sure.
Yes, the Woop data does reflect how hard that workout was. So if I was in the red or like the low yellows, 9 times out of 10, that workout that day was tough. Maybe even that 7 on Sundays was kind of tough and stuff like that. But if I'm usually in the green, like I'm feeling pretty good. Of course, if it's a speed work, it's a tempo workout, it might be hard, but I don't feel like mentally I feel good. Mentally, I feel like I can handle it when I'm done. I'm giving my best effort all the way through the workout and stuff. Where it's like when it's not in the green or it's not in that high yellow, I might even have considered quitting that workout, or I might have stopped it early and stuff like that. So yeah, there's definitely some correlation. I feel like after 2 to 3 years of wearing this, like it knows me very well. And it really does affect my workout. But a Woop doesn't affect my workout. My Woop lets me know what I'm possibly capable of doing that next day.
Gotcha. Okay, that's dope. Because I found that is what is challenging is the whole listening to your body, right? Because I think it's so easy for us to be like, all right, all my speed workouts are on Tuesdays, regardless. I don't care, when I'm gonna do it, or I'm gonna do another speed, on Thursday, or I might do a tempo. This is my rigid, schedule when it comes to getting the miles in and stuff like that, and that's what I'm sticking to. But the reality is that there may be a Tuesday, Monday, you ain't getting enough sleep. That's going to affect your workout that Tuesday. Or you may have an easy run. You got enough sleep, you hydrated and all that stuff. You feeling good, and you ran that too fast, right? Yeah. So it's kind of hard to kind of listen to your body with everything that kind of just comes with the day in, day out that you go through. Stress is a big thing.
Yeah, and this captures all of that non-activity stresses that your body, because it all affects your body. You know what I'm saying? It's all,
not to mention a menstrual cycle, you guys.
And Woop tracks that. Woop tracks how that affects your body. Woop tracks your cycle. Woop tracks your ovulation and all of that. Of course, I've never seen the metrics for all of that, and how it affects a woman's body. But I will say, like, bro, like I will still do workouts when I'm like speed workouts when I'm in the low yellows or red. Now, what I might consider doing is adjusting that workout, by saying, hey, maybe I don't need to repeat this 4 times. Maybe this is just a 3-time day, you
Mm-hmm.
know, and it's listening to myself. So I still will go through with, because like same thing. Like I'm scheduled every week to have my speed on Tuesday, speed on Thursday, long run on Saturday, do this, that, and the third. But it's just like, how am I going to approach this? Am I just going to scrap it today? Am I just going to choose to recover and run it on a Wednesday, or am I going to adjust it?
I feel like
Yeah.
especially in a group setting too, when like even for me, I'm training with a whole group and it's like I can't change when I do my workouts. Um but I can change the intensity to your point, Ian, of like some days I'm not gonna go as hard, some days I'm gonna push a little more hard, but like yeah, I think I have an Aura ring now, Mike.
Mhm.
Oh,
And that
nice. Okay,
also,
cool.
yeah, and that's kind of like, I mean, it's a competitor to Whoop.
Yep. This is
Right.
the same thing. Yep.
Yeah, and except, obviously it's a ring and it's interesting because it's like it really does tell me whether or not I have enough rest. It counts things like naps as additional rest,
Yep.
which
Yeah.
I
Yep.
didn't even realize was a thing. I thought if you don't get your sleep at night, then it is what it is. You can't really make it up, which
Right.
I think is still a thing, but I haven't really quite I've had it for 4 weeks. So
Okay.
and Ian, you've had yours at least for like a year, right?
More than that, like 2 or 3 years. What I will
Right.
say, and it's probably the same with Aura, is that it'll start giving you data
Mhm.
within a month, personalized data, but it still takes, like, I know the Whoop, it still took like 3 months to nail down
Like who you are
accurate, yeah,
individually.
who you are, accurate
Yeah.
biometrics and stuff like that. I'm also able, like on Whoop, there's a diary, and I'm able to input different things into that diary, like different questions, different prompts, like did you drink, did you have sex,
Mhm.
are you on your menstrual, like all of these different things. Did you take vitamin D? And you kind of tailor that diary to what you want. And what it does is every week and every month, it spits out an assessment based on the activities you've done, the recovery you got. But then also part of that assessment are the habits that you've done that may have affected your recovery, may have affected your strain and stuff like that. Like I know for a fact, I don't care if I don't get drunk at all. If I have 2 drinks, like hard liquor,
Yeah.
like I'm losing like 25 to
Yeah.
40% of recovery the next
Terrible.
day.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
I was literally listening to a podcast yesterday. I was talking about it's just like any amount of alcohol is going to affect your sleep.
That's
Like
true.
it might look like some people drink like a glass of wine and it helps them go to sleep, but then you
Yeah.
actually you don't get the same quality rest that
Gotcha.
you would if you hadn't had that drink. And so it's like alcohol is really not it. It's
Yeah.
not.
It's it's
It's
terrible.
not.
But yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I
I
think
love these. I was going to say, like, I love these that what you guys are telling about these like 2 products, because I was actually in the market to get either one. I
mhm.
wasn't sure which one I wanted to get. I knew Ian did the Whoop Court. I didn't know you did the ring. So it's cool to kind of hear the differences in them. Once you start getting that data, I kind of want to like kind of revisit. I like the form factor of the ring, but I wasn't sure how much data it provided versus the stuff that I've heard from about Whoop from just research and the stuff that I've heard Ian talk about.
I would
So
say just off of like my first few experiences, I don't know what the interface of a Whoop looks like, but I would say that Whoop might have more functionalities. It's been around longer, so that's my assumption. I think that it's honestly like you probably get more out of Whoop. But I assume too that the Aura ring is just going to continue
So
to
it's that.
it looks like this. So right now it's waiting for my sleep data because I'm 2 hours behind you guys. So it's only
Mhm.
8:45. Oh, here it is. It says so it's on a scale of everything's on a scale of like 1 to 90. It doesn't go to 100. So like my sleep last night was at 81, which is good. So it says that's my readiness score. And then it also gives me how long I slept. It calculates my beats per minute, like my resting heart rate, obviously.
Mhm.
Excuse me, there I go. But you know what's funny, in the middle of the night, if I wake up in the middle of the night, my hand it'll be like red because it's actually reading the oxygen in my blood. to see
Oh, wow.
if yeah, because like if you're snoring or if you like hold your breath for any certain reason, or if you're like if you have the cover over your head and you're getting less oxygen into your blood while you're sleeping, that affects your recovery. And so then it'll let you know like whatever you're doing, you need to figure out like how to undo that or not do that so that you can get more oxygen in your blood while you're sleeping.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and then it gives me an active calorie burn goal, which I usually excel
Oh
because
wow.
just like we're active every day. And then it also tells me my what is it? The heart rate variability.
Yeah,
So
that's what these gadgets are really focused on is
yeah.
tracking all of this through your heart rate variability.
Yeah.
Okay.
So and then I mean it gives you things to read. It prompts me when it's about to be like my bedtime. It doesn't tell like because it's only doing that off of like, hey, you've been going to bed between this time and this time. So
Yeah,
if you're going to continue to do that, you should probably start getting ready to go to bed right now. Those
Gotcha.
types
yeah,
of push notifications. And then I'll say as far as the charge on this thing, whenever it's low, it suggests not to
Mhm.
have it below like 20%, I think. So like if I
mhm,
need to charge it, I never charge it overnight because obviously I want that data. But then I'll
Yeah.
charge it like while I'm in the shower doing my morning routine. And then by the time I'm done, you get like a push notification that it's charged and then you're done. But
Okay.
with Ian, it sounds like you can just put the charger on top of it and it's still
yeah,
reading
yeah.
your
Like
data.
honestly, like I probably have, but this is the second one that I've had because I upgraded, and I probably both of between the two of them probably taking this off of my wrist maybe 10 times in the last 2 to 3 years that I've had it. So yeah,
Oh,
so this is
wow.
the charger, which the newer ones are waterproof, so I can just put this on,
Uh,
hop in the shower, do whatever I need to do. I just slide that right on the top, and I'm really
Now that's
never
dope.
never taking it off. I can buy different bands to swap out, but this band never, to me, never feels yucky. Even when I'm sweating and stuff like that, it dries really fast, so it's never like irritating my skin or anything like that. Um, and then here I'll show you guys. Um,
Real quick, this is also
yeah,
waterproof. You can like
yeah,
go you can't
Swimming.
go super underwater with it, but you can like go diving, you can go swimming, you can go you know what I mean? Like I take showers with it.
yeah,
The thing that you don't see, and this is another visual for you YouTube watchers, but like you see there's like obviously it's a silver ring, but
hmm,
there's like
Right.
I don't know, you can barely see it, but there's like another layer that looks
yeah,
kind of
Okay.
like see-through, and that's where all the technology is, and then inside here is like there's like a couple
the light and everything.
yeah, that's where the lights go. So then sometimes it shines green, sometimes it's shining red, and it's really like
Okay.
looking
Wow.
into my like blood and all
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
anyways,
That's
go
bang.
ahead, Ian.
I wonder if that's now, I am curious because like I
Yeah.
do sometimes find that this slides up and it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like an inch from this bone because so
Yeah.
it could like really sit in that skin and really get not have any outside light affected. So I do wonder if the ring is better for that.
Mm.
But
Far as
see,
like
so bam. This is the first time I
You're supposed to put it on either your middle finger or your pointer finger. So then
mhm,
sometimes when I get tired of it on one finger, I can at least move it around and it
uh,
fits on all four of these fingers. And
that's fire.
they also send you a like a ring try like so that you can actually see what size you want
protection
before you
is. Yeah.
order.
Yeah,
So there's that.
that's fire. So this is the first time I'm opening. So this is the journal that I was talking about. These are
Mhm.
some of the things that I try to track and stuff like that. Sorry, there might be some personal stuff on there, but that's that. And so I answer all those questions and I can see how my habits. So bam, I got recovery up here. Then I'll have my strain over there. It also tracks my calories and it has my heart rate variability. This is how much sleep I got last night, about 7 hours, which gave me, and it's really quality of sleep. It's not just duration and time. It's
Right.
also like if you're going to sleep at a regular set time, it's also like how you slept that night. These are the metrics that it tracks every day to let me know if I'm in the green. I can't read
Okay.
this. Blood oxygen, heart rate variability, my skin temperature, my respiratory rate, and stuff like that. So it's really tracking a lot of these overnight.
Mhm.
Let's see what else. Bam. So if I go into my strain, it's telling me that I'm ready to perform and stuff like that. It
So is
also
that out
gives
of a
me
5
a
or
goal for the
10?
day. 21.
4.9 out of what?
Out of 21. So this is how much strain that I've done today so far.
Oh, so
4.9.
yours is like, this is a strain, or a ring is like you're at a 80 out of a 90.
Yeah.
Recovery.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah. So no. So if I go over to recovery, it lets me
Okay.
know that I recovered 44% from yesterday.
So that's not a lot.
It's a fair amount. Like it says here, moderate recovery. Your HIV is 60 milliseconds, which is 12% below my average, indicating that your body is moderately recovered. So I would probably push it today. I would probably still do a hard workout, a hard speed workout at 44%. I'll probably just spend a little bit more time warming up and stuff like that. This is 4.9. This is just me waking up this morning, doing various tasks before and after I got out of bed and things like that. But so that's the thing. As far as the score goes, it's a really complicated math algorithm that they do. So this isn't something that I can like just explain offhand.
Yeah.
But I will say it's very accurate to let me know, like, it's very accurate as far as how much I'm recovering the next day from whatever activity I've done. Like the goal is to, if you have the goal, if you're recovering, you want your strain target to be up under your recovery, right? So hold on.
Yeah, like you don't want it to exceed your recovery because then you're in the minus.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you want to like overreach, you'll want that. I would want that to definitely go well past that. And it coaches me, it lets me know, like, hey, like if you do another activity at a to reach optimal strain, I should do an activity that will give me a 10.7. So if I want to overreach, I want to go past that. You know?
Oh wow. Yeah. I feel like that's really dope. I feel like
it's pretty cool because the assessments and everything, I could share my report health with my doctor and stuff like that.
Oh wow.
And bam,
That's
see,
nice.
look.
I feel like that's such a big benefit from it too, where it's just like, if we're going to be having these gadgets for a long period of time, you can literally go to the doctor, and it'd be really dope if they could just like download some of the data from like whatever platform that we're using, because it's like, they can see, well, you haven't been resting, or your heart rate is, you know what I mean? Your oxygen levels are low. I can't really see that.
Wait a minute, hold on. I gotta do the TikTok thing. Bam, there we go. You know,
bam.
So you get a lot of information and stuff like that. Does Oura Ring have like those weekly and monthly assessments?
Yeah, so I've gotten my first weekly assessment because, again, I think it needed like a few weeks, and then a full week of just like, okay, we've kind of getting to know you now. There's also, so at the bottom of the app, there's your home button, which gives you like, it also allows you to record workouts, and it primarily records your heart rate during the workout. That's what it cares about. And then underneath there's your readiness, sleep, activity, and explore. And then in explore, you have meditations, your breathing exercises.
That's fire.
Sleep. You can like listen to something to help you go to sleep. There's even, oh my God, there's stories in here. Bruce and the Spider, East of the Sun and West of the Moon. Like what? Okay. And then there's also a learning section where you can talk about like bedtime, where it talks about bedtime tips, caffeine, meal timing, sleep score. So it allows you to learn.
Kayla has had one for a while. Kayla Jeter.
That makes sense. Yeah. I mean, and honestly too, I would say with you, Mike, like I know that we've been talking about this for a minute, but like with the sighting, like you have the Apple Watch, and I don't know how much time you have, but like you have the new Apple Watch, and I don't know, Ian, if you've seen the commercial.
One is so
like, and that's the thing is that. Right. And I also have a Garmin, and I also feel like when I wear my Garmin all the time, it also tracks my sleep. It also tracks my menstrual cycle. It also like tracks, obviously. So it's like, you could really use all these things all together and kind of like,
the Garmin will coach you and let you know, like all the
Garmin is a great tool.
If you're wearing it to sleep. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, and I can wear mine in the shower too. So it's just like, it's kind of like whatever you want to do. But you have things on your wrist all the time. So I would just, maybe trying something like a ring might be the thing, because so many people have because there was a time where I saw you have a Garmin on one arm, your Apple Watch on the other. So like, what are you using right now?
I was definitely 2 watch shorty for a second. All right.
2 watch shorty.
I like this conversation because I think we're all going to have different perspectives on the gadget that we're using to get certain data, right? So the reason why I was looking at either the Oura Ring or the Woop is because yes, I did buckle down and I got the new Apple Watch Ultra, right? And I got it for a couple of reasons. Once because both of y'all know I'm a big Apple head. I love anything they put out. I probably got every gadget at this point, and probably broke because of it too.
And Mike, I hopefully this isn't too much information, but he literally told me he has a separate savings account for Apple products.
I do because I know it's gonna be something that I want to buy. So I literally would just be like, all right, let me throw. It's kind of like it's like my Apple/Nike fund because I'm like, I know it's gonna be something I want from either
that's
one
smart.
of these brands.
That's
so I might
smart.
as well throw some money in there, right? So yeah, that is true. So I got the watch a couple of reasons. One because of the fanboy in me, but the other thing was because I was kind of tired of running with both watches. And Apple Watch has notoriously been behind, our lovely watches that we've used before, right? Garmin, even a
That's
Polar,
just not their focus.
right?
Yeah, they just couldn't
compete. It wasn't their focus, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But in true Apple form, right? They took the back seat, saw what everybody else was doing, and then came with their own product, put their price tag on it, their premium and stuff like that. This is what we got, right? So at first I was like skeptical. I was like, okay, all right, well, let me see what the deal is. One of the issues was the battery life, right? Battery life is fantastic. They definitely killed it in that aspect, right? I used to didn't have an Apple Watch that would ever last an entire full marathon, right? So
that's crazy.
I will say that I think they have checked that box. I haven't ran in a marathon at that capacity yet, but I'm pretty sure that it's going to last.
I watched a YouTube video of a guy putting away his cell phone and just using the Apple Watch Ultra
for everything,
like everything and stuff, and it lasts like I think 2.5 days.
That's crazy.
Exactly. And especially with with the devices you guys are talking about, you get a lot of the data that you want to kind of look at and assess. You do that while wearing it a long time. In the old models, you wouldn't be able to. You have to put it on the charger. You may have to charge it overnight. It wouldn't last the whole entire day. With this, I mean, I charge it maybe like you said, like in like every 2.5 days or something like that. And typically it charges pretty fast. Like Court said, her daily routine, she gets it. I pop it on like while I'm taking a shower, getting ready or whatever. It's usually charged up to what I need it to be by the time I'm done. So that was another thing that they kind of upgraded on. Now, the reason why I have been kind of looking at the other devices and stuff like that is because even though this is a small computer on your arm and it's collecting that data and stuff like that, I don't think that they've gotten to the point where they are delivering it in a meaningful way like a Woop and an Oura Ring would do, right? This is all data that's getting to you, but if you don't know what to do with this data, it's kind of like you're just looking at numbers and metrics at that point.
Yeah.
So
it's not like summing it up and giving you a report.
Yeah, no, like you can go into the health app, right? And it's going to tell you what all of those heart rate data that you want, the sleep data and all of that stuff, but it's not telling you what to do with that data. I think that's
coaching you with the data.
Right, exactly. You kind of got to do it yourself. Now, is there an app that you can download on here to kind of do that? Maybe. I haven't discovered it yet. Yeah. Do I think that it is and then this is just my business mind thinking, like, what if, and this may not be maybe the best thing for these two companies to do, but what if Oura or Woop came out with just the software that you can put on the Apple Watch? So they're like a third party that gathers the data from the device that you're using, and then it gives you all of that information. Not sure if that really makes sense, but I think that would be cool, right? Mm-hmm. But then again, then it's like then they'd be like, but we want you to buy our device too, right? Yeah. So not sure if that necessarily works in their favor. But I will say that I am thoroughly enjoying this device. I used to be a big Garmin person.
You haven't been using your Garmin, right?
Yeah, I have not used my Garmin since I've gotten it. I told you, Ian. I mean, I ran a run just to compare the data, just to make sure that the accuracy was there. Because that was another thing, is that the GPS wasn't as accurate as like a Polar or a Garmin, but it was very on point as far as like collecting paces and things of that nature. So they have thoroughly improved the product, but of course, it comes with a premium. But I'm enjoying it, right? I got my music on here. That's dope. And with that whole thing, what I was talking about the data, like I guess I am fortunate enough to be able to kind of read some of the data and then make decisions based off of that, just because of our tenure in this whole running scene
Experience,
and stuff
yeah.
like that. Right? We kind of know what things are, right? But if Apple's aim is to kind of like usher people into a more healthy lifestyle and more fitness, and kind of, this one was kind of designed for the quote unquote pros and stuff like that. I think that that's pretty much their next frontier. They need to figure out how to deliver that data in a meaningful way, like a Woop and like a Aura. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's something that they're working on already. They're always like 10 steps ahead as far as like, we might say something, they already got it like in development or whatever, but they like to, like I said in the beginning, they like to take a step back, see what everybody else is doing, and then try to do it better.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Hey,
that would be
let me ask you a non-running question real quick. Have you tried Chat GPS or GPT, whatever it's
Yes.
called? Have you tried it?
This is what I was telling Court. I told Court about this the other day. That's what I had sent you in that text, and you were like, "What the hell is this?"
Because I opened it up and it didn't take me anywhere.
Yeah. But Ian, I have used it before. I used it for work before.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is this?
It's a text generator, but it's like a text generator on steroids.
Yeah.
And so it gives you can tell it to do something, or you can prompt it to like do different scenarios. And so what they call it is like the Google killer, because it's like you can tell it to create a menu based off of this, that, and the third, and it'll do that. You can ask it, you can have it write a paper, you can have it write copy for ads and stuff like that. And it'll do it to a certain degree. What people have been trying to do it is to get it to answer questions like, what is where does sodium sit on the periodic table? And it's able to spit that thing back. Now the downside is like some of the information that it spits out is not completely accurate, because it's not a search engine like Google is and stuff like that. But it's basically taking information from the internet, because the parameters of it is like times 1,000 or 1,000,000. I can't remember how much it is. And it's just pulling all of this information and then synthesizing it and then giving it to you, and it's wild.
Yeah.
It's
It's
pretty
AI.
wild. Some people are learning how to do, helping them with their homework, teaching them how to do different things. Like it's pretty interesting. It's like artificial. It's like internet
AI.
3 shit, like artificial intelligence type stuff.
Yeah. And I think Picasso had sent us an article. I forgot who is trying to acquire it, but it's for like billions of dollars or something like that. Because I mean, I think they're creating a work version of it for like enterprise and stuff like that, so people can use it for their businesses and stuff like that. And then they got the one that's kind of like open source right now. And like Ian said, like it's AI driven. So you literally like I saw somebody joke that they said, they typed in the chat, write me a Drake rap verse, and the AI literally spit out like a verse that sounded like something that Drake would say. Literally, the first line was like, "I'm from the 6." Like it was crazy, right?
Yeah. It could write our captions for Instagram. It could write like our shit for the description for our podcast and all of that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really dope. Now, what I would be hilarious, or not hilarious, it'd be interesting to see how you can kind of apply that to sports, right?
Yeah.
If you made a platform for sports and you said, I'm feeling like this and I need to get a speed workout in today. Like, write me a speed workout or write me a track workout today. And it's just like, how are you feeling? And it was like, I'm doing this.
Write me a marathon training plan.
Yeah.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be crazy to see if it was able to do something like that. Or what if like an Apple or a Woop or an Oura like acquired this technology and it's like literally just asks you a bunch of questions of how are you feeling today? You know, it looks like you only got like 2 hours of sleep yesterday or whatever. Like, and it's just like,
maybe
I
you
don't
need
think
to go
you should
for
work
a
out
walk.
today. Right, exactly. Like,
go
maybe
for a
you
hike.
should. Right. Yeah. I also saw that you drank a shit ton of alcohol last night. You probably should chill today. Right? Like,
you know what's gonna happen is it's like this is the beginning, right? And then at some point in like the next 50, 60 years, we're gonna have all mini Jarvises in our fucking head that know our daily lives and routines and habits and stuff like that. And we'll be able to talk to it and respond back to us the same way Jarvis would do Tony Stark.
No, that's real, dog. I think that's really what we're going.
I'm mad as hell. I'm 33. Like, I should be 10 right now, so I can have more time with that shit when it come out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no, that's definitely where we're headed. A lot of stuff is going to be AI generated or suggested based off of just all of this data that we have out here. I mean, like, everything is collecting data on us at any given time, right? And it's just like, what do you do with that data, and how do you use that on in a beneficial way for, I hate to call us consumers, but we are, right? But at the same time, like, even though we're consumers, like, it can be mutual. It can be beneficial for us to be able to make those decisions as athletes in a meaningful way.
Can I see your Apple Watch?
Yeah.
Hold on, because this thing is big as hell. So I just want to say, because the thing is like, when you were talking about the description, I'm like, look at the screen. Yeah. Look at the side of it though. Like,
got extra buttons. I will say that they gave it is noticeably heavier than like a Series 8 or any of the other Apple Watches, but you get over it really, really quick.
I put it on for like 5 minutes and it felt like nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I have a heavy phone. I got used to that in a little bit, but
you get over it. It's definitely more rugged. They gave you an extra button, which they call the action button, which is pretty cool because once you click it, it just takes you can make an action button anything. I have it set up where I push the button and it just goes directly into the running. Like, I'm good to go.
Can you the way that you can put in your workouts in Garmin, can you do that for Apple Watch?
Yep. You can do intervals.
Like a track workout?
Yep. So for instance, today I have a workout that was written out by my lovely coach. Shout out to Coach Matt Cabal. He wrote me a nice speed workout, and I was able to go ahead and input that. It was a bunch of repeats, right? It's a fartlek style type workout, but I'm able to put on there like when it's time to work and when it's time to recover. And the watch, literally, you can either have it to literally announce it in your headphones when to do that, or to vibrate and just flash on your watch, just depending on what you want it to do. You can also program it to alert you when you're within certain ranges as far as paces, if you're trying to stay within a certain pace range. If you're trying to stay within a heart rate like range, and then you can have it where it will say if you want to do it for like a minute, if you want to run this pace for a minute, you can set it up for that, and then everything else that you need to do.
Well, I'm gonna do voiceovers to that, so I can just be in your ear like, slow down, my boy.
Yo, I think that would be dope. That would be dope. That would be dope if you could change the voice.
I love it. So, right. Listen. So what are, and this is okay. So what piece of apparel and what gadget can you not live without? Did I say that right?
Gotcha. Yeah. Nah.
Yeah. What apparel and what gadget can you not live without is for running?
For running. Now, I'll preference this by saying that I am a true believer that, no one should let the barrier of entry for running or anything athletic, like athletic or whatever, you shouldn't let the technology hold you up. If anybody's out there thinking that, you know what I mean? I'm sure that all of us would agree with that, right?
Yeah, no, you can run without any of this.
Exactly.
But this question is more about the things that we have used that at this point we're spoiled.
Yeah, right.
This is what I was spoiled on. Okay. Definitely at this point, Apple Watch Ultra. I need this thing. Like, this thing has taken over my Garmin. I had my Garmin, I forgot which model it is, has been in my life for the past 3 to 4 years. I've never had any issues with it, and this has replaced it. Right.
Wow.
So this is one of the things that I can't live without. I have to have some type of watch. I used to try to like go out there and in my easy days and not even worry about it. Like, just I'll try to time it. Like, I'm gonna leave at 8. I'm gonna come back by 8:30, like just time like that. But I scrapped that. I need my watch. I need it because I need the music. I need a podcast. I need anything. I mean, even on a safety level, right? They have an alarm on here if something was to ever happen, right? There was a possum that I was literally when I was running the other day, me and this possum had a stare down. And I thought that this possum was going to attack me. I was going to have to call 911.
He was about to hit that emergency button real quick.
Right. That's what I was waiting on. Did you hit the button?
Y'all know the Blue Bridge. I ran over the Blue Bridge and literally I saw something in the grass. And it was I really hope that you come and run up to right now because I'm about to attack you. Right. And I thought I was going to have to use my watch.
I ain't no goose fam. I ain't going to say it.
He said, nigga, I'm a possum.
Exactly. So, we didn't have an encounter, but just on a safety level, right? It's just like this thing is for safety as well. It's for money. Got another testament, right? Yesterday, wasn't having the best run yesterday because I did 2 workouts within a day and I thought I was Superman. I didn't get enough calories in, right? Didn't have a wallet, didn't have nothing on me. But I knew, I felt like this before. I felt really fatigued. I was like, I need sugar. I went to a corner store, used the Apple Watch, bought some Lifesaver gummies, popped those things. I was good. I was back running in the next 2 seconds.
Yeah.
It was good, right?
Quick. So
there's a lot of benefits for having this that's even beyond just recording like your miles and stuff like that. Like, this can be a lifesaver. Second thing, right? Beats Pros, the new Beats Pros. I run with those all the time. Battery life is fantastic. Quality is good. Great bass. Form factor is great. They never fall out of my ear or anything like that. Can't live without those. So those are the 2 main technology things. As far as gear, quarter tights. I cannot live without quarter tights. I don't care if it's summer, winter, spring, or whatever. I will run in those all year round.
Is that also called half tights?
Half tights, quarter tights. It's half.
Men's spandex shorts.
I was like, quarter tights. I'm like, this nigga, this cheeks out. My man's out here with the quarter tights.
Right.
Like, okay.
I'm sorry, half tights. Yes, I was thinking of quarter zip, but half tights. Yeah, half tights. And Picasso put me on those. He put me on those.
He's been the one since the beginning. I met him with them shits on. I was like, okay.
He got me on those during the pandemic when we were doing all those crazy runs, just because we didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah.
And they're fantastic. They're fantastic for speed. They're fantastic for just even those speedier long runs or tempo runs and stuff like that. I can't live without those.
I like this. It stops me from chafing.
Yes. It stops you from chafing, and you just feel more liberated too.
Free.
I'm feeling a little bit more loose.
What about you, Court? Are you done? No, you're not done? Come on, what else you got?
I'm trying to think. Is there any other gear? Yeah, at this point right now, I literally the Apple Watch just it just has so much functionality. It takes care of so much stuff. I think that's just the main thing. And then my headphones, because I need music and I need some type of sensory information uploaded into my brain nonstop.
Yeah. What about you, Court? What apparel and what gear can you live without?
It's my watch for sure. I'm still on my Garmin watch mode. Oura ring is kind of if I didn't have it on, it would be fine. It doesn't really give me information about my workout as much as it's very much like Garmin all the way. I haven't been listening to music a lot. I think I'm going to start doing it more now that my long runs are getting longer. And again, like I'm very much into podcasts as well and music, etc. So there's that as far as gear. I don't know, technology too. It's like I also really love I don't like to do long runs without some what is that called? It's not Vaseline, but Aquaphor on I started putting that on my feet before I put my
Oh,
feet in my sock, and it keeps them from chafing. That's like my new thing. It's really great.
okay.
Oh,
And then
wow.
also just like anti-chafing stuff where it's just like, because where my arms are, my collarbones stick out a lot. So if I wear anything that comes up to here, my collarbones chafe, which is
Wow.
wild. So I have to like lubricate my collarbones. Stuff like that. Like that's what I deal with. And then yeah, as far as gear goes, I just depends on how I'm feeling. It's more about the shoes than anything, and then I put on a fit. Like, I like to wear shorts, yes. I also like if I don't have my pack with me, like I'm gonna wear my running belt because I wanna keep my phone on me.
For sure.
And that's basically it. I don't really have any like must need. Like, I mean, I guess my gear must need is like a sports bra. I'm not gonna go for a run without a sports bra on. But that's just out of just necessity.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. I think for me, I cannot live without my Whoop. Like I've lost a couple of these chargers, and when it dies, like I feel empty inside. So no, I cannot live. I cannot go without my Whoop. The watch, I can track it on my phone if necessary. It's not a big deal. Track the run on my phone. It's really not that important to me in comparison.
Yeah.
I prefer it, but in comparison, nah, I need this. No, well, I've fallen out of love with music. I haven't really been
Yeah.
interested in listening to music at any aspect of my life, really,
Oh,
lately.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, like I just haven't been wanting to. I haven't been like I've been trying to listen to like Bad Bunny and like bachata a little bit more lately. Just trying something completely different from what I grew up listening to, which was more like rap, hip hop, R&B, and stuff like that. But even with some of my like favorite songs and artists, like I just don't have an interest in hearing them
Yeah.
lately. It's been for a while. I don't know what's going on, but so I say that to say that I don't necessarily need to run with my headphones. So right now, for as far as gadgets goes, for me, it's really just my Whoop. Like I just feel really good having a habit of checking it every morning, looking at it. It's really important to me. Looking at it before I go to bed is really important to me. And then as far as apparel goes, I love my half tights. I really do. So I'm there with you. Love me a good half tight. The problem with most half tights is they don't have pockets. So having
Yeah.
shorts with the built-in half tight with the side pocket for me to slip my phone into,
Best of both worlds.
like,
Super.
love it. There we go. I'm here for it. And then honestly, like having the short over the half tight, how do I put this? Half tights are very revealing and
Mhm.
sometimes I'm a little self-conscious because of the way things are positioned. So like
Yeah.
having like an actual short over my half tight, in certain
Feels a little bit
situations
more
make me feel
modest.
better.
You're
You
definitely
know, yeah.
exposed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. People think I'm just like super comfortable in this body, and I'm really not. You know, I just choose to ignore things and just like talk loud so your face stay up here. But but yeah, like yeah, having some shorts with the built-in half tight and the side phone pocket is like where it's at. Those are my important things. Now, what is slowly sliding up the scale is my John G crossbody bag
I
that
Mm.
I
need to
got at
try
the
that.
store.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
want to get
Yo,
into that.
it's amazing because it's a crossbody bag, which I like
That
since
you can run with.
yes, and since getting into this bag life,
The
having
bag life.
everything outside of my pockets and in a bag is next level shit.
That's
Okay,
dope.
like I don't know what happened where men just stopped carrying bags, but
Right.
like it's coming back and I fucking love
Yeah.
it. And but that I actually got it right here. But having this third strap, yo, and so I could just bring that around my body with this on my back, and it just clicks in front to the belt, and literally no bounce.
Mike's mind is working right now.
Yeah, because I'm like, you
He's
run
You
with
want me to put it on?
That's what to do.
You want me to put it on?
Because Mike,
Yeah,
you love a crossbody.
I do, but I don't have one for running. Like that's
I need to get one, honestly.
And that's why I love it, because this is my everyday bag. Like I got my keys, I got a knife in here, I got my phone, I got a pencil, I got my debit cards and everything. So whenever I show up to a run, I don't have to worry about, hey, can I put my bag in your car? Can I do this? Can I do that? I just put it on, and then when it's time for me to run, slide it all around to the back, and then I click it right here.
Oh,
bam.
Yeah, that's secure.
And then you can adjust it with these. You can adjust this string, bro.
And we're gonna find
Mike, your face.
Where can I find this?
You can find it at Last Lap Corner Store, sir.
Exactly.
Say less.
.com.
Say less. I'm about to look. Hey, bro, I already got stuff in the cart right now. I'm about to add that to
it. But it's really dope. Like I'm like, yeah, your keys are gonna jiggle. They're gonna make some noise and stuff like that. But the bag itself is not bouncing and stuff like that. Your phone is not really all over the place. You literally forget about it. I ran one of my fastest 5Ks this year with that pack on.
Damn.
Wow. Okay. You sold me.
Yeah.
You sold me.
I'm gonna get one.
Yeah. That's dope.
So
that's dope.
That is slowly itching.
That's dope.
Because I don't have to put my keys in my pockets. I don't have to worry about nothing. If I'm wearing half tights, I don't have to worry about leaving my phone in the car. So I really don't like leaving my phone. Maybe when I get an Apple Watch, I won't have to worry about it, but I'm good.
But that's dope. Because you can put your nutrition in there, everything.
Oh, bro. Like I put a whole coat in here when I've gotten hot. I put a whole jacket in here when I got hot. At Jamie's run, I started off with a jacket. I took it off, balled it up, stuffed it in here. The sales rep was like they had an office competition to see how much you can fit in here, and somebody put a whole case of a 6-pack of canned beer in this thing.
No, they did not.
That's what she said. I didn't test it.
That's cap.
Now
I got beer in the fridge. I got beer outside.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy one too.
I was gonna say you might have to try it, bro.
Yeah.
I got beer in the fridge. I'll go get it. But I will say, like, I stuffed my jacket in here with all of my stuff that's in here, all of my daily life stuff. There was no problem. I could have folded it up better, but I stuffed it down in there. It was not a problem. Still no bounce. It was good. And it's water
resistant.
It might be water resistant. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it better be.
Right.
Yeah. See, it might be waterproof, but I think it's at least.
I
know it's at least water resistant.
Yeah. Well, damn. Okay, so I have more stuff to share, but I know, Mike, you have a full day of work to do, so we can let you go unless you have any.
Something like that, I guess.
You know what I mean? But it's a pleasure having you on, because also, like, you're one of the only guests that also asks us questions.
Gotcha. Well, that's the thing.
He's a part of this. I mean, Mike's a part of this podcast. I don't like.
Yeah, because you guys have a plethora of knowledge. Just as much as any guests that you guys pull on. So I just appreciate you guys letting me come on the platform anytime. Anytime you guys need me, I'm there. I moved a meeting for you guys. All right.
Yeah, that's real love. Yeah.
Thank you.
I got y'all. No doubt.
Well, we'll have you back again when the time's right. But have a great day.
All right, you too. See y'all later.
And we're back. Mike is a favorite, is a podcast favorite, and I hope he is for y'all too, because every time he comes on here, he just drops the nuggets of information that we need.
Yes,
the insight, the experience. And he's family.
Yeah, most definitely. I love it. I love it. What else you got for us? So you've been talking about you got some things, some pieces, some items.
Yeah, because, as this podcast continues to evolve and we grow, I've been thinking of like different segments that I want to introduce to y'all. And, you can give us your feedback, or I'll just keep doing it, either way because it's what I want to do.
Hmm?
But I think like product reviewing for podcast or for runners, I think is important. I feel like even the conversation we just had about the Oura Ring, the Woop, the Apple Watch, right? AI intelligence, okay? All of that. Like it informs the way that we show up as athletes. So
Yeah.
I just have had a couple of experiences recently where I just wanted to bring up a couple things. One, I just want to talk about BioFreeze really quick because I love BioFreeze, but I put it on my legs on Saturday because I wore shorts for the first time in a minute because you can just do that out here, obviously. But the way it dried like ash on my legs, I was like,
Oh,
I literally showed up to the run like, damn, it looks like I didn't put no lotion on my legs today.
oh yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize and I wasn't ready. And I feel like they need to add some moisture to it. Something like it needs to be like a moisturizing menthol gel.
It's not for colored skin.
It's not. Like they really had me fucked up in front of new people. Okay. People I didn't know. I look like,
and that's the first thing Black people notice.
Like, why are you ashy, sis?
There's this girl out here with them little ashy knees.
Right. I need you to go back home
Come
and
out the
try
house looking
again.
like that.
So, but then it made me think about, so like Matthew, he really likes this knot pot stuff, which actually has CBD in it, but it's an icy gel too. But he was saying that like the cooling of knot pot is actually more intense in a good way and longer lasting. So I thought that was kind of an interesting comparison. And also, having it being a CBD icy gel, the whole thing has 500 milligrams of CBD in it. And this is 3.4 fluid ounces.
Oh, wow.
So, and I was looking online and this knot pot is like, I think it's like $20 or I don't know, something like that. But they also have a lot of other like CBD products for fitness, etc. And I thought that was kind of cool. Because BioFreeze, I feel like it's cool, but it's like shaking it. It wasn't giving and I'm offended.
Okay.
So that had me looking crazy.
I love that.
In addition, I think I found my favorite body wipes because after a run, even though I know, like, especially after a long run, and I know I had, no, see, I used to not wipe down. I used to just like get in the car, drive home, sit in it, and it's fine. Like, maybe towel off, but that saltiness that just kind of dries on your skin.
Mm.
Like I'm like, okay, if I can avoid it, why not? And the only reason why I even got introduced to it was because of Hood to Coast. I think it was Picasso that put us on. No, I think I just bought these online because I knew we were all going to be sitting in the car together and we probably wanted to wipe down. And so I have these extras and I just kind of put them in my bag. I now have a whole like runner drawer in my like kitchen pantry that's dedicated to like my gels, my like fruit leather, my backpack, like all the things, my water pack, all that. These right here, and they're biodegradable.
These right here,
biodegradable body wipes. Okay, extra large. Okay, and I love that it doesn't say man wipe on there because that's ridiculous. Like, because you guys have the extra large doesn't mean it needs to be for a man, and it's really dope. It's vegan, unscented, parable free, hypoallergenic, and it's called. What is this? What does that say?
Oh, you're gonna have to bring it close. Unscented, vegan.
No, the name, doctor, was that doctor?
Oh, dermatology.
Oh, see, dermatology with no vowels.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Medical grade skincare. So I pop these in my running bag so that when I'm done and I know I need to run, like I can easily just get the areas that need to be got. Right. And then switch out my shirt real quick. And I'm good.
Wait, doctor?
What?
Doctor?
What did I say? I said a DR and I was like, doctor. That's what I said. I was like, doctor, what? I was like, what the fuck?
Oh my God. I love it.
This is what happens when I read in real time. But yeah, like I just feel like the wipe is great. And
no, I mean I don't think I've ever used wipes.
mm-hmm.
So I don't have anything to add to the wipe conversation because it's like it's yeah, I feel like it's a scam. Like
It's not. Because when in the wintertime, it's not.
It's not.
No. Because but it's also winter, right, where you are. And I feel like whenever I was running in the winter, I wasn't gonna wipe down nothing. But like when you're hot in the middle of summer and
I just never thought about it. I wonder like if that would benefit Karen.
I like
you
it.
needing to take stuff off, switch things out and stuff like that.
That's what it's made for.
Like a fucking lumberjack. Like you fun.
Yeah, like I kind of am like, here's a really good example of when a wipe could really come in handy. I'm doing a long run on a Saturday morning. Matthew texts me, hey, can you pick up something from Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, or can you just go grocery shopping? I'm not popping in just
with the salt.
Right off the long run. Yeah, I need to wipe down. I'm sorry. Like it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like
you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So
you
that type of stuff.
I look like crackhead.
Yeah, because I never know. Sometimes I make stops, and then in LA, everywhere is a 15-20 minute. Everywhere is like a 15-20 minute car ride at least. So it's like if I'm running on the other side of the city on a trail run, it could take me 40 minutes to get home.
In LA, you can turn it to content in any given minute.
Oh yeah, exactly. Like there's always a moment where I'm like, or the sun is shining.
No, I mean like somebody else to see your ass.
Oh yeah.
Next thing you know, you a viral TikTok. Look at y'all, it's a ghost in the vegetable section.
I'm annoyed. I don't know. Look at her salty ass. What is this white crust on her legs? Like, what is she doing? Yeah. So it's a little bit of that. And I love these specifically because they're biodegradable. I would suggest not getting the ones that aren't, because it's like then it just becomes more wasteful than it needs to be.
I'm here for that. Okay. Listen, I love it. There we go. I love using shea butter
chafing?
Instead of chafing.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yeah, kick the shea butter on, so I'm moisturizing, smell good, and I'm not buying an extra thing.
Yeah, that I feel that. I was using Hana Beauty as my shea butter, like anti-chafing.
I feel like it's
unscented. The unscented
Hana is really good. I like using their stuff as a moisturizer, but for chafing purposes, I feel like it's too watery.
Like it melts.
It dissolves quickly.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah. So that's why I use the what is it called? The African bookstore in Hyde Park. You know what I'm saying? Go get a little tub of it. Bow. Which I heard that ain't even really like. I heard that used to be the good shea butter, but it ain't the good shea butter no more.
I think the good shea butter is now the whipped shea butter. So Hana, like what Hana does, because it's a mix of, it's like majority shea, but then it's mango butter and also coconut butter, cocoa butter, which is like that. I feel like that's the vibe. It's the elevated version. But to your point, that shea is very thick and it will stay, and it's not going to just melt on you the way that like elevated stuff is. Okay. Athletic Greens sent me the white Hyper Ice.
What?
And this is my motherfucking vibe, okay? Because I
have the all white.
The white, okay? Yeah, I got this and I was like, oh, they know me. They know me because I haven't even opened this yet, but I just feel like this is like Christmas came early. If you wanna like make my day, get me something in white. Because I fucking look at this shit. This isn't even white. It's like a gray. It's like hold on. One moment, please.
Pulling it out. You gotta dig the gun out.
Right.
You know what
Look
I'm saying?
at this.
Oh no,
that's
sexy.
That's mad sexy with the
AG1 on there. Okay.
Oh, it has AG1 on there. That's crazy. Yeah. They branded. Okay. See, I haven't even opened it. And it's like softer. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I have 3 other Hyper Ice in my house. Do I use them
Yeah,
all? No, I don't know. I just keep getting gifted them, and now I'm like, now I need to start gifting them to other people because now I have this white one.
and it's
This shit
done.
is
It's
it's
done for
done.
the other one.
It's done for. I mean, you know what I mean. I just saying.
So I have that, not in that color, of course, but I have that and I have the Jakku one. I love my
Jakku,
Jakku. So that's a brand that I carry in the store.
right?
It's a newer brand. It's, I think, out of Texas or whatnot, but it's a really good gun. Like, it really rivals the Hypervolt
Hyper Ice.
situation,
Yeah.
Hybrice, whatever. But it's really good. It comes with more heads too.
Hmm.
Like, I like the big soft ball head that they got versus just only using the flat one and the
Pointy
bullet.
one. Yeah.
But I like the ball for the recovery. But I will say the percussion guns, I love them. Me and Karen use them on each other all the time. Like, that is like my
Percussion.
goal. That's what they call percussion guns.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
mean, it's changing my life. I started
yeah.
using it like I was like, let me actually start using my recovery tools more. And like now I'm like, okay, it does make a difference. It does help when I do it. All you really need to do is like watch a TV show and get your legs, or before
Oh
I go
yeah,
to bed, just get my legs real quick. And then it's like it helps with recovery so much.
yeah, yeah. It'll change your life, and like the percussion resets your nervous system, so it gets your nervous system ready to take on more strain and pounding too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, hold on, wait. So I'm not gonna pull out my hyper because you already got that one. So
Okay.
this is the Jakku one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So this is actually, there's 3
Is it
models. There's a pocket.
Japanese?
No, it's from Austin, Texas. It's American.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the owner's like super super southern. But
Okay.
he my favorite one that I like to travel with, like, it's a smaller version of this that's really really good. But what I like about this is the
Angle.
air ergonomic
Ergonomic.
handle.
Yeah.
So it's really easy for me to use it on myself when I got to get those hard to reach spots and stuff like that.
Yeah, I like that.
Um, these are the heads.
Yeah,
So this is the
let's
one I
see
was talking about.
the ball. Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one I
yeah,
want. I can see you've used that one.
yeah. No, I'll be using them. I got it on.
Have you seen-
They got this
Yeah.
one,
Mm-hmm.
which I haven't used that much because I really also don't understand it. Then of course the flat, and then the bullet. The bullet. Karen loves the bullet. She likes getting the knots
It gets
out.
in there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But this is my probably like my favorite gun because it just really has like 5 speeds on there. It charges
Holy
up
shit.
pretty fast, and I freaking love it. I can use it anywhere. But just, I mean, like, you can also use these for warming up before your run.
Oh, yeah, no, literally. I
Yeah,
love
like,
that. Like
I think
just
it's like 30
again, getting your
seconds or
legs
a
before
minute.
yeah. On
Yeah,
each leg or
anything.
whatever part.
Yeah, yeah. For like, use it for like 30 seconds or a minute, and it activates the muscle, and then like between 1 minute, 5 minutes and up, it's all recovery and stuff like that. Some
Okay.
ratio number.
I need to look that up then because that's interesting. I've been doing some experimenting with my own warm-up techniques, and I've started incorporating my you're ready, you're into this product review. The way you got up and
Wait,
got product and got ready, I'm like, oh
wait,
my god. But let me just
wait.
let me just say this one thing about warming up really quick, because I've been doing this, and then I've also been doing my elastic bands to activate them glutes. But okay, does that thing
Wait, hold on.
vibrate?
Damn. Yeah, I got a vibrating foam roller. It's by the same company,
Yeah.
Hyper Ice.
Hyper Ice. Oh yeah, wow.
A vibrating foam roller.
Nick,
Next
oh,
level.
okay. Okay. Hold that thought. I'm gonna one up you.
Wait, wait. Oh shit. She gotta go into the little drawer. Listen, if you have not done a vibrating foam roller, like, get it together. Go ahead. It will become your best friend.
So, okay, I know you. Okay, first of all, the vibrating roller, that is something that I need to get right now. I just have a basic one that I got from Amazon a long time ago. So, actually, and I have a Nike one too. And then they sent this ball to me once, and I was like, this is cool. The ball, this one is cool. This is not what I'm talking about, but this is like I thought that this was dope, right? Because then you can get your feet, you can get you can just lay on it, you can do one side of your back.
That should really dig in.
Right. And you can just you can get to different angles with this. Then I got this. Also Hyper Ice.
Oh my God.
This thing.
Yeah, man, these brands got to cut a check. Okay.
The way that right, exactly.
These are also not paid reviews or anything like this. Is just us using things.
This is us geeking out because the thing is, I don't feel like we've ever talked about all of the gadgets we have. Because I have a whole where I just went to this little white cabinet that has all of my recovery tools and like my swimming gear. But this thing vibrates. You hear that?
What?
Yeah.
That's wild. Karen will go bananas for that.
Yeah. So this thing is crazy. It even has like a little stand for it. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
Sit it on your desk.
Right, exactly. And, you know, whenever you need it. If I'm honestly, sometimes too, I'll just like, while I'm sitting, I'll just put it like under my thigh because I get really tight under my thigh area. That area where like my hamstrings connects to my glute.
So I've been getting like soreness after runs right there.
Yeah,
like,
that part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I have to like elevate my legs and stuff like that. I've been going to the chiropractor a little bit more. I'm wondering if I should do some like cupping. I need to do more stretching for sure. But what has helped a lot is hot yoga.
Okay.
Moto yoga. I'm sure there's some in Chicago. It's like every class they do is a sauna class, basically hot yoga class. Yeah. It's wild. And it's crazy because, you know, we talk about the benefits of being in a sauna, like heat, cold, extreme cold is really good for you. Heat is also very good for you. Being in a sauna is great. But then it's like, you think about sitting in a sauna and sweating, but then to do an entire workout in a sauna, it's the next level. But also it's kind of addicting. It's really great. You should try it. So yeah, these are my gadgets for this week. I've kind of gone through all of them. I could have saved some, but it's like I'm just gonna let you know how I'm feeling right now because it is what it is. Also, if you go to hot yoga, I highly suggest putting like liquid IV or Noon in your water because you can't just be like, you need some electrolytes with all the sweat that you're like releasing. It's, it's like you need some of that
like literally I go through Noon. Like
yeah, I'm trying to get it,
especially like after I drink.
A day. Yeah.
I'll like probably if I drink, I'll probably end the night with some Noon infused water. I'll probably wake up the next morning and have some Noon infused water. Like, I love my Noon. Like I'm here for the Noon.
And I kind of overlooked it because I was super sore last week. And then I started using the Hyper Ice like gun and I started just stretching more. I did the hot yoga Saturday and on Sunday. Or no, Sunday and on Monday. And then I was also drinking a hella Noon. And then I'm like, okay, this is what recovery is because my legs were like stiff. And then finally they're just like, they relaxed out. So that's where I'm at. I probably could use these like things more, but little by little.
So I'm trying to get into doing mobility daily, just small mobility movements daily and stuff like that, which does also include using these guns and rollers and stuff like that. But I do need to get some yoga in because, doing a lot of strength training and even running, like a lot of these things that build strength tightens the muscles and you want to remember to stretch them back out at some point.
Yeah.
So doing things that help the elasticity of, if we do a recap this year, it just needs to be a recap of all the words we struggle with.
We struggle with, yeah. What? But, you're right, though.
Trying to figure that out is where it's at.
Well, okay. So last thing, since we're on the topic of yoga. So you gave me a gift card for my birthday to not Dick's. What was it? The other one. REI, which, thanks, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And
I was like, because I know you're trying to do like outdoor shit. And I was like, it's like there's Dick's and then there's REI. And I was like,
Yeah.
I know my friend.
Yeah, nah, I really appreciate that. And the thing is what I got wasn't necessarily for the outdoors, but
Uh-huh.
it still is something that I've really wanted. And I like recently learned about these like fabric yoga mats. It's kind of like a natural cotton material yoga mat that,
Hmm.
so you're not doing the plastic rubbery type thing, and you're more grounded. And I think there's something to be said about like the effort it takes to just like do yoga positions on something that isn't super cushiony.
Hmm.
Um, and it's like honestly, I really love it. I love like
Mm.
the feel of it. And so I ended up getting one of those mats, and this is what it looks like. This one is from REI, like I said, and this is called Jade Yoga. And it literally
Mm.
looks like a runner, like a norm.
Yeah.
And this is after I put it in the wash because, like I said, I was
Oh
at
wow.
hot yoga last week. But you
Yeah.
can like roll it up and then put it in your bag,
Yeah.
and then it just lays out. I would say like the yoga mats that everybody's using right now, like you roll them up and then they get stuck like curved up on the bottoms,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah. I hate
ends,
that.
and then yeah, exactly. It's like I don't like that. This, you lay it down, it's down. Like you don't have
Hmm.
to worry about that. And then this other brand, which I'm gonna review this, they also have a yoga mat. They sent me one,
Hmm.
and it also is made out of natural materials, and it's okay. Hold on. I'm just gonna Okay, what's great about these is, okay, so when you do hot yoga, you're sweating, right? And a lot of people get like a yoga towel for their mat because
Hmm.
they'll start slipping around on their mat. With this type of a yoga mat,
Hmm.
it gets more grippy when it gets wet
Oh
because
wow.
it's a fabric, right? Just like cotton would, right? So then you don't need to do any of that, and you just kind of have this one thing.
Yeah.
And so like that's really great. It says the more you sweat, the better the grip gets on your yoga. It's called a yoga rug. Okay.
Okay.
Um, yeah, let me see.
I
I'm
remember
trying to
you saying something about that, like also in yoga, like traditional yoga mats, you tend to sink into the yoga mat,
Yeah.
where this one you just have a little bit more stability. Yeah.
Exactly. So like you have more stability, which then I think would then, help you with your strength and your
Hmm.
balance, and, like not needing to rely on something that is cushiony, right? So it's like,
Right.
it's been great. I think the cushiony mat has had its time. I think a lot of people will still use it, but I think the yoga rug is definitely where like it's kind of moving into, at least
Mm.
so far. I'm the only I've with the 2 yoga classes that I've done in LA, mind you, where everybody is like on to the new thing. I've been
Yeah.
the only person using a yoga rug.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it's
Ahead of
very,
the curve.
very new. What? Yeah, I'm ahead of the curve, but this is what I do, right? Fitness is like life. So, yeah. But again, it's great to be able to put my yoga mat in the wash because no matter how much I've cleaned my other ones, I'm like, I don't really feel like this is
Yeah.
clean. And then some of them
That's
like
real.
carry a scent, and I'm just like, I
That's
don't
real.
know.
That's
So
real.
that's where I'm at. Um,
I'm here for it, man.
yeah. So
I love it. Listen, thank you. Thank you for sharing these products. Use them. Use them well. If you listen to this, these are some of the things that we use. Uh, if you have them, definitely use them. If you don't, try to get them. But like your foam roller doesn't need to vibrate. Your ball
it
doesn't need to
doesn't.
vibrate.
No.
It doesn't. It doesn't need
No.
to. It's just really, really fucking
Yeah.
awesome if it does.
Right. It's like the more time you spend in the
Yeah.
running world, the more you're just like, especially if you get like the basic things, if you start with the basic things, eventually you might feel like, oh, what is it like to do this? Or what is it like to do
Mm,
that? Just to try it out. Like I'm like,
yeah.
and also I think it's also part of our job to try it out first,
Yeah.
to let
But
y'all know what we like.
I will say though, stack your bread and get a percussion gun.
Yeah,
Like
that's like
that
that's a
right
good
there,
first.
yeah,
Massage gun
yeah,
if you don't know.
massage gun, yeah, whatever it's called. But like that right there will completely like change your life and
Yep.
things like that. Cause it does take a little bit. It also takes a lot of some strength to get down a foam roll, because like you want to like roll out a certain part of your leg for like a few minutes at a time. Like
Yeah.
it's a slow process, but sometimes your wrists are hurting. Like lifting your butt off the ground and holding this position can be a lot of work, and so it can discourage you from doing it. If you have the percussion gun, you can easily be sitting on the couch watching TV. Just perk the butt up, get the hamstring, get your back. It could also be an excellent way to uh, have intimacy time with your partner if you a couple who runs together and stuff like that. Because like maybe your partner not good at giving massages, but they hit that button, throw
Right.
the
Oh,
percussion
they got
gun
a
on it,
gun on it. Right.
boom,
Exactly.
quality time, intimate time is lovely. You
Literally.
feel me? But I say all that to
Just
say
get my
like that,
back because I can't. That's all I need.
right? You feel me?
Like,
But it get it under your foot, everything. It's
yeah.
like really fire. And
Ooh, I did
okay.
my feet I did my feet this weekend. Karen's like, please stop.
No, she like fucking weird. She like just opened the fucking little divider like strong as hell. Like, okay, like am I loud? Am I being
Yeah, I like my foot muscles were like strained after my long
yeah,
run last week. And I
yeah,
put that massage gun on them,
yeah,
changed the game.
yeah.
Also,
Damn, my head is I need moisturizer.
you can put some shea.
Yeah.
If you a good hack for massage where like if you don't want to spend tons of money on a massage, you can go like there's a like Mayfield, I think that's what it's called, Westfield out here in LA. The
Uh-huh.
one over in where I live is Culver City. There's a massage like little storefront in there, and you can get like a foot massage for like $25 for like 30 minutes. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like, yeah. So it's like, and the thing
you
is
said wait, you said there's a place in Chicago that does that?
no, I'm saying I bet you there
Oh,
is because it's like there's tons of those types of places everywhere where you can go into a mall and there's like people getting massages.
yeah,
Those massages are so much more cheaper than the ones if you go to like a whole like spa sometimes.
yeah,
Because like this place, you can get a whole back body massage, right?
yeah,
Back size massage, and you can spend like maybe $50 and get a whole like hour, like,
yeah,
and even just a back massage, like when you see that stuff in a mall or a shopping center, like a lot of times those people are just as or even more experienced than these expensive ass spas. You know what I mean? Like, and
yeah,
on top of that, sometimes you're also giving money not to just like another white, you
yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah,
business,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's like, so like it's like these people know what they're doing. So like I really like being able to just utilize these types of resources because you don't have to spend $250 for a full body massage.
Mm,
Because half the time you're paying for the experience, which is part of it. But then it's like if you just need 60 minutes and you want to pay $50,
mhm.
do that.
I love it. I love it. I love
So
it.
that's
That's a great
that.
place to end off of because your boy needs to go open the store right now. So
Facts.
um we love y'all, man. It's been another episode. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, closing out is the worst thing. 'Cause I really don't ever really want to stop. I can sit here and probably talk recording forever. Y'all just be listening to us rambling and stuff like that. But thank y'all for listening to this episode. You already know what to do.
Follow, like, subscribe.
Like, subscribe, leave a review, share with your friend, play it one more time, do whatever you need to do. You know what I'm saying? All of these things help
DM us your
support us
questions
and grow. Yeah, like
and
yeah.
thoughts
Or
because
comments.
people was not emailing us. So if you really want to have a question or something answered, why don't you just DM us on Instagram?
A question, a comment, a compliment, like all of the above.
We'll take it all.
We would love it all. Like share it with us. You already know.
All right.
Runners Club Podcast. I don't know. Peace. Bye. Love y'all.
Bye.